Okay, how to choose a comfortable seat. Now here's my $2,000 All City Super Professional single speed freewheeling with disc brakes, and it came with this seat, which is it's hard to see in the video, but so basically it's 10 inches long and under 6 inches wide. Super uncomfortable, you know, under 6. I'm a big guy, you know, almost 6 feet, just under. I'm like 5'11.5, so this did not work for me. So I went to MEC, Mountain Equipment, whatever it's called, and they had two of these Float Royal, I think it's called. One was this one, and on the package it showed the picture like your riding position, 45-degree angle, and so this one is almost 10 inches long and just under 8 wide. And then they had another one, similar design like this, with this hole in the middle, you know, specifically for men. There was a wider one, but on the packaging over there, it showed a rider in an upright position, 90 degrees. And that's not what I do. Actually, when I was growing up, right, and I had that Ukraine bike, Ukraina, the saddle was even wider than this. It was like old school saddle, like super comfortable. But those were, you know, very heavy comfort riding bikes. And until recently, I thought that that was the best seat. And so I got a wide one. Actually, in the previous bike I had a much bigger seat, and then I realized that these big seats, they are only good if you're, you know, riding like this. And so even this one, where they say it's good for 45-degree angle, it's not exactly like the best fit, because quite often I want to go down, you know, when I'm going downhill on this bike, because it's freewheeling, right? I want to go fast, and so you need a style like this, but better, right? And so I'm gonna leave this one here because it's still great seat, way better than this BS. Like, I'm just wondering, why would you? Well, it's not exactly cheap, but I mean, over here it has foam, but here it has nothing. It's like super hard, whereas this seat is very nice, you know, it's very comfortable. I love this one. But for this next bike, because it's kind of like my track racing bike, I wanted to get something slightly more sporty, and check out the seat it came with. So this is the seat from my All City Professional, which was not comfortable, and this one, like I said, it's 10 inches by 6. Now this one is, well, actually it's almost 10, but here actually it's also 6, but I don't know why is it feels much smaller. Oh, it's because I'm measuring here where there's this little cutout, so in reality it's more like 11 inches. Yeah, so this is 11 inches long and about 6 wide, so same as this one, but this one is shorter. So anyway, but it has a bigger cutout. But I rode 25, 26 kilometers on this. No way, Jose, my ass still hurts, and like I feel like my bones, you know, like my bones in the butt hurt. And so I went back today to the same MEC in Calgary, and actually before this I watched a couple of videos where they say how to choose, you know, what's the scientific approach. And one lady said, okay, find a soft surface, like, you know, put some carpet or whatever, or if you have like stairs with carpet, use that, and then grab some foil and put the foil over there like a piece, and just sit down on it and raise your knees, and then shift a little bit to create an impression in the foil. And then she says stand up, and you should see 2 circles or semicircles, you know, from your butt. And she says put a mark in the center of each circle, center, not outside but center, and then measure that. And the video was in metric, so she says use millimeters or centimeters. And so let's say you use millimeters, And then she says, once you have that measurement, you know, from the center to the center of each, you know, circle, add 20 millimeters or 2 centimeters. And that should be the width of your seat. But I couldn't find, I was at work, I couldn't find any foil over there. Asked one guy, I said, do we have any foil here in the shop? He says, no, why do you need a foil? So I had to explain to him. I was trying to measure my butt. We were laughing, you know, both were laughing. But anyway, that scientific method is not easy to implement in real life. So what I did when I went to this MSC, I grabbed a few different style saddles, like this style but bigger, and then this style, and then that one, and they had benches, you know, where you try on some shoes and sneakers, right? And what I did, I just put it on the bench, and I tried to sit on it, you know. So I tried bigger than that, and I tried that one, and similar to this style, and then I tried this one, and this was the winner. So forget the measurements. That's, I think, the best way. Just when you're in a big store, grab a couple of, you know, 4 or 5 saddles that you think might work, and just put them on the bench and try to sit on them, and try to shift your position and see which one feels the best. And this was the winner for me. So it's pretty simple, should be pretty simple to install, because unlike the All City, that was a bit of a nightmare here, because it has 2 bolts, and when you release them, that whole thing collapses. It was super difficult. You need like 4 hands, you know. But I managed to do it. But on this one, it's a much better design, I think. Over here, there's only 1 bolt, you know, just 1 bolt over here, and then this thing, the rails go in. So hopefully I can do it easier than the last time. And so, yeah, and that's how you choose a good seat, by trying. See, this should be much better. Not as big as, you know, the saddle I was riding when I was a kid, but kind of like, and plus my seat, of course, the saddles back then never had this. So this is specifically for men, and very nice, very comfortable. I like it. So hopefully it'll give me much better comfort when riding, because it is much wider, you know. So this is it. So and this was the one I wanted to buy was like $50 when I found online, and I tried that one, you know. On the website, the picture looks so big, like that seat seemed like the, you know, this style but much bigger, when in reality it was the same as this. And so that one was $50. This is $39.99 Canadian, of course. So I think it's a good deal. So MSC Calgary, 10th Avenue. So that's what I got today. So spent $40 just to improve my comfort. Oh, and what I did here, last time after the last ride, I wanted to move the handlebars a bit closer this way, make them a bit more vertical. And so there's just 4 bolts in there. I did those, and now see if I go down, but if I'm just riding straight, I think it's going to be more comfortable, because before they were like this, you know, it's like too far for me. You had to lean to grab these fully, you had to lean much further. So now this is much better. But again, I haven't ridden it yet after I changed this. So we're gonna do a test this coming Sunday. If the weather's good, I'm gonna go find some trails, and we'll do kind of like a review of this seat, and see how it connects with the handlebars. And by the way, this was their brand, Mountain Equipment Company. It's called Comfort Saddle. So I think it's a good one. I think it's a good one. It looks way better than that BS. So thanks for watching. And just as I hoped, since there's only 1 bolt, installing it was super easy using, you know, my basic tools. And that's how it looks now. So this is the old one. What a piece of junk.